Hello guys, this is Alex for my poker vlog number 2. I got 3 hands I want to share with you. This is just going to be a short stake 1-2 little hand review. I'll be putting out more videos, hopefully with the full boards in my hand. I got a little stand for my phone so I can record my poker hands. And also I just bought Adobe Premiere so you don't have to have that lame line in the middle of the screen where you can't see anything. So okay, this hand I have pocket 7s, and I'm sitting with my friend Michael Georgievsky, Ricardo, and another one of my friends. And usually I play loose in home games with them. So when I'm playing in the casino, I want to play a little tight, so they can't read me as easily. Also, I don't like losing money when I'm in casino. I don't mind losing a little bit of money in home games. So Mr. Phantom here opens with Ace Queen, probably offsuit to 5 under the gun. I just go ahead and cold call in the +1 position. It folds around to this other guy who's a slight maniac. He's a 2-5 player. His name is Miles. Raises to 15 in seat 8. And we both complete, and we see the flop. Flop is rather favorable. We see a 7 Ace King flop, 3-tone. Michael simply bets out 25, I guess, for value. And I'm looking to get my stack in by the turn. And I also want to push out any possible gut shot that Miles probably has, because that's mostly what he has here, unless he has a pocket pair that is under the kings. So I want to push that set possibility out the way. I raise to 66. It's basically like a min raise plus a little bit extra money to get the stacks in on a turn. He only has 120 left after the bet of $25. So of course it folds back around to Georgievsky, who thinks about it for a while. He said he put me on Ace King or pocket 7s, so we can already assume he had Ace Queen there. And when the Queen came, he can't help but call. I mean, I would have called in that spot anyways. It's against me. So he calls there, and river bricks out, and we win with a set of 7s. Second hand. Let me see my second hand. So that was at Ocala Highlight, located in between Gainesville and Ocala. This other hand I want to talk about involves a lot of table talk. Happened at Oxford Downs at like 3 p.m. where only the tight regs play. They don't give you any action at all. So I played really loose and dumped away the first $100 like it was nothing. And I regained it. So I'm back even at 200 starting this hand. I look down at King 7 of spades. I'm like 5-handed. Or 4-handed. It's a pretty good hand, 4-handed. So I don't want to raise because all sorts of bad things can happen when you raise under the gun with King 7 of spades. So I just limp it, and it gets limped around. So you can see the hands that they have here. flop comes. At first, I thought I missed the flop, which I did, but actually, I have a gut shot. So the 9 improves me to the second nut straight, and a spade improves me to the second nut flush draw, which is very unlikely for these people to have four-handed. So I almost folded my hand on the flop for $5, but then I looked at the 6 of spades, and then I looked at the 8 and the 10, and I was like, wait a second, a 9 is actually the card that gives me the second nut straight. Like, there's no two cards that can beat that straight. Well, actually, if a 9 came, Jack Queen is the nuts. So yeah, technically I would have the third nuts. But right? Yeah. Well, whatever. Same difference. I call the $5 and I call it, and the turn comes quite favorable. The 3 of spades. So now we pick up a flush draw, and here's where the acting starts. So when the 3 came and the guy in seat 6 bets $5, I make up this acting like, oh my god, you're milking me. Whatever, man. I have to call $5 to see the river to suck out. Whatever. So I do that. I call the $5, and the magical 4 of spades appears on the river. Now this is where it gets really interesting. So I check it over to him because the guy who just folded 6-4 makes a big scene on the river. He's like, damn it, man, I shouldn't have folded my cards. I should have called. And when the third spade hit and he made a big reaction out of it, I continued the story and said, damn it, man, I was going to bet that flush. But now since you said that, I cannot bluff my hand. So I simply checked it and let the guy hang himself. So I checked it over to him. He bet 15. And I said, well, I guess I got to bluff this one. And raised 50 on top for a total of 65. He thought about it for like 5 seconds, then called. And I showed my flush. And before I showed my flush, the other guy said, you have to call, man. There's no way he has it. And when I showed my flush, the guy with a set of 8s got so pissed off, he was like, damn it, man, I'm going to leave. So he took his chips and he left for the cage. Not seeing that guy for a while. Probably going to get some negativity next time I see him. But this is the last hand I played earlier tonight against my friend. And this hand I played kind of tricky. So I like Ace-King because it's you can conceal the strength of the hand by either raising really small pre-flop or limping in late position as if you don't have but a suited connector. And when the ace hits, you get paid big. I should actually share one of the hands I raised 6 under the gun pre-flop with Ace-King, got re-raised, and just called. Then an ace appeared. I checked it, and when the guy bet and I raised, he didn't know how to handle it because he can't put me on Ace-King or aces or kings. And it just, I took a lot of money out of that guy. But anyways, so I have Ace-King of diamonds, and I'm under the gun +1 this hand. Yep. So my friend is in seat 2, and we don't get to see his hand. This hand, I didn't ask for him, but I could ask later in case anybody's wondering. I think he opens under the gun this hand to 14, and I just cold call, so I already conceal my hand. Most people 3-bet this kind of hand. It's suited Ace-King of diamonds. Flop simply comes a very gin flop. Comes Jack-7 of diamonds with another Jack. So here, when he checks his hand, he could be checking a pair over a 7, a pocket pair over a 7, or Jack-10 or Jack-Queen. I got Ace-King, so it's unlikely he has Ace-Jack or King-Jack. And so he wants for me to keep my bluffs in by betting this flop. And when I bet this flop, I realized when he cold called that he could have something along the lines of a jack or a pocket pair over a 7. When he checks this turned king, I don't think he's weak. I think he's strong. And I think he wants me to probably bet so that he can raise. I think he thinks that I missed the king. But if I represent strength here, he could also fold. My hand is too strong to bet, I think. So with this much equity, I just decided to check. So now with checking, it looks as if I possibly have either a flush draw, a pair of 7s, or complete air, and definitely not a king. So when the flush draw completes, he probably thinks in his head that I'm weak, and so he bets $50. My stack is 61, so he bets $50. I raise all in for 61. He calls, and when I show him ace king of diamonds, he said, "That's so sick." I don't know if that means it's so sick the way I played it, or the fact that I just had a diamond flush when he had a diamond flush. I don't know. But I think that's the perfect way to play it. I bet the flop. When he checks to me, I already have enough equity with the king. I could probably call my stack with any river card. So I check it, and the diamond completes, which is the perfect card for him to bluff. Or if he gets there, he gets to bet it, and I get max value by coming over the top. And yeah, that wraps up poker vlog number 2, this time without the advertisement in the middle of the screen.
Call. I check. You bet 50. I have 16 more. I'm going to place it all in. I have the nut flush.